Most of week 6 is in the books besides a doubleheader tonight that's going to be absolutely awesome. But how high could Drake Maye's rookie cards get in the hobby? Baker Mayfield, is he the top MVP candidate right now in the NFL? And how expensive could his cards get from 2018? Guys, let's look at the top 10 players going up right now from yesterday's main slate and Thursday night's game. We got Jaxon Dart and Skattebo to talk about. Let's go. Let's dig in. Number 1 this week is Drake Maye. This guy's absolutely playing lights out for the Patriots, who are now 4-2. They knocked off the New Orleans Saints yesterday. Drake Maye is currently top 3 amongst quarterbacks in the NFL in true completion percentage, deep ball completion percentage, top 4 in clean pocket completion percentage, and top 4 in blitz completion percentage. He's number 1 in EPA right now in the NFL. He's playing lights out. Let's look at something like this neon green Pulsar Prism rookie card here. Best offer accepted from 40. I think it sold for 25, although that's not the exact photo. And the one I'm looking at sold this morning at 4:30 a.m. But this is not a color match card, and it's not a good color match to the Patriots here. So you can see before the season started, right when the season started, this card was just 10 to 15 bucks. I'm sure you could have gotten it even cheaper. I mean, here's a Sunday September 7th for $455, $950. So that's the kind of activity we're seeing for Drake Maye's market right now across the board. If you look at SlabHawk, in the last 24 hours alone, Drake Maye's had almost 2,000 eBay buy it now solds. That's 3 times as much as Jaden Daniels and Bo Nix. Now, to get a gauge on his rookie auto market, let's look at something like the Topps Chrome rookie auto here. This is PSA 10, best offer accepted from 500. That ultimately sold for 460. October 11th, before the game, you had 410, so $50 less. But this is what I want to look at here, guys. Look at these 2 PSA 10s from middle of September here. September 21st, $197.50 in an auction. And then you had another auction Thursday, September 18th for $255. Now, arguably his largest transaction from game day was this Topps Chrome Gold Geometric serial numbered out of 50 rookie auto. Let's go look this up on 130 Point. It was listed for $1,095. Ultimately sold for $800. But you had a SGC 9.5 of that card Sunday, September 28th, sell for $600. The day before that, $550. And before the season, you can see right at $500, $510 here, August 7th. So that card's gone up a really nice 50 to 60%. Now, right behind Drake Maye, I'm going to give it to his premium pass catcher here in this game, which was Kayshon Boutte, going 5 receptions for 93 yards and 2 touchdowns. And this could have been a much bigger game from Stephon Diggs and Demario Douglas had there not been some questionable refereeing in this game. I'll let you guys be the judge of that. But the impeccable Kayshon Boutte, out of 75, almost $110 buy it now. On the nose, you could see that best offer not needed. Has some big national treasures sell yesterday for him as well. Look at this out of 5. Another one out of 5 with those the letter patches there. Rookie patches, autos. One selling for $115.50 in auction yesterday. And then this one listed at $150. Selling in a buy it now, best offer accepted. College uniform auto selling for under 10 bucks, but still selling. Let's look at his silver disco no huddle prism rookie auto here, selling a buy it now, listed at 50. Ultimately sold for $37.50. The only previous sold on that was from Sunday, September 7th for $28. So nice little increase. You had a nice little national treasures out of 25 rookie patch auto sell for $85 in a best offer accepted last night. You go back into the summer, guys, you can find a national treasures out of 25 Kayshon Boutte rookie patch auto selling for less than $30. He was a deep sleeper before this season, before this Drake Maye breakout. All right, guys, the hottest name from the 2018 draft class right now, Baker Mayfield. Look at those eBay solds on him in the past 24 hours. 250 from 2018. That's an impressive number. Still being crushed by Josh Allen in the PSA added category that's added to PSA database in the past 7 days, which makes sense. A lot of people grading and collecting, stashing Josh Allen, but pretty soon it's going to be Baker Mayfield if he continues to play like this. He's just playing absolutely out of his mind right now. And look, we've got a green prism for him, PSA 10. It sold today for 200. And if you look at that, previous average on that was 125, guys. And you had to buy it now last Wednesday at 175. But look at some of these auctions and buy it nows before that, 117. Going all the way back to May 26, that was at 91. So it's over doubled in value compared to the latest sale. Looking at Baker Mayfield's graded market in general, look at how much the base donruss and optic have gone up. I mean, you've got that optic PSA 10 now up to a trend of $121. Let's pull in the injured Lamar Jackson on the losing Ravens team here. Just got beat down pretty bad by the Rams yesterday. Lamar expected to return in maybe by week 8, I think, after their bye week. So that optic for Lamar still at a trend or an average of 210, between 200 to 250. And yeah, we're looking at a 6-month trend. So if we dial in here to a 30-day trend, you can see how total sales, Baker's winning base donruss and base optic PSA 10 more than Lamar's base optic PSA 10 and his base donruss, which are down 18% and 11%. And that Baker at 84, look at that. We still got room to go up here, guys. I mean, look at his base prism PSA 10, a trend of 322. We popped that over. That's a population of 782. Now it is very far and few in between of the raws that got converted to PSA 10. You see that only 12% grade rate. So yeah, you got 4,285 nines. And we popped to the Baker Mayfield here. You got a better grade rate of 31%, but still not good. 1,872 nines. So the 10s should still definitely hold their value. And if Baker continues to play like this, which, my God, it doesn't matter who's the wide receiver. I mean, Tez Johnson is good. Cameron Johnson getting a touchdown. We got to monitor now a hamstring injury for Emeka Egbuka. Mike Evans should return pretty soon. And Godwin now with a new injury. Hopefully he'll be able to get back on the field soon. Bucky should be back on the field soon. But Baker's still getting it done, winning games. This time a big matchup against the 49ers. His largest transaction was an auction last night on a National Treasures RPA at a 99, BGS 9. Closed for $7,150. I'm going to see what we can find here. We got it out of 99 on Slabhawk that we're tracking, a PSA 9. You go back to before the season. It's a PSA 9. And of course, we were looking at a BGS 9. But with 9s on 3 out of 4 categories, this is pretty comparable to a PSA 9. And maybe slightly more. But guys, that increase is huge. I mean, look at before the season, 3,100 and 1,650 in a buy it now. And of course, that was a plain patch, so this one definitely got more with that 3,100. So let's look at the 3,100 compared to now 7,150. Whoa, that is insane. All right, guys, now real quick, if you're new here, welcome to the Football Card Quest. My name is Andy. We are 100% dedicated to football cards, research, and selling tips. Guys, and there's no better tool than slabhawk.com for organizing and categorizing your football cards, comparing players to see who's the best. We're pulling in so many different data points. We got the hype index algorithm going. We're tracking so many different factors. You got to check it out at slabhawk.com. Those tools in there will accelerate your learning curve in the hobby for football cards. Raw cards are going to be added any day now. Very excited about that. All right, guys, back to the action. Make sure you subscribe to the Football Card Quest. The Giants beat the Eagles? What world are we living in? We got to go back to Thursday Night Football here for our next one. Guys, Jackson Dart and Cam Skattebo are on fire. Jackson Dart with a 104.6 quarterback rating against the Eagles. Throwing a touchdown, taking care of the football. Left for a brief second with maybe some kind of little neck tweak or slight concussion there, but got him back in the game. Look at this auction on the XRC Gold out of 10. Man, what a sick card. 7,600 in auction 2 days ago. We got an eBay 1 of 1, PSA 10 here on his NFL Instant First Look Magma. But just base cards here, guys. Bowman University 2022 insert Aqua. 128 out of 150. Ole Miss uniform, best offer accepted from $30. Sold for $25. Sold for $19.99 September 28th. Mosaic hot off the press here. The first Mosaics I am seeing on the market. Base Mosaic here. But gotta love the portrait photo posed here. Got that rookie card shield. Nice chrome stock. This is going to be a pretty hot card. Selling for $20. And then buy it now. Now, if you're looking for Jaxson Dart autograph stuff, it is going to be college uniform. You look at this Bowman University best here. Got the big patch. Got the rookie auto. They're selling for $375. Serial numbered out of 49. $375. Here's that card. August 23rd. Selling for $300. So nice little increase there. 30% or so. All right, now let's look at Cam Skattebo. This guy is a hobby favorite, just plowing people over, just playing such hard-nosed football, man. This guy is tough. He's fun to watch. He's really exciting and explosive. 5.2 yards per carry, puts up 3 touchdowns on 19 carries and 2 receptions as well. I mean, you look at the throwback here. The throwback is selling for as much as Jaxson Dart's throwback. Leaf 101 selling for $300 in a buy it now. The rookies for $23 in a buy it now today. That's impressive. My God, a Luminance year 1 red ink. Now the red is considerably more rare than the black, probably the blue. You guys could probably explain the different tiers of colors of ink there. But I know that red is pretty rare. Red's also a good color match for the Giants. Yeah, this card sell for $325 in a buy it now. For comparison, Travis Hunter's exact card in that set sold for $71 in auction yesterday. And you actually had a $240 buy it now on that card for Scat just a day prior. Tyler Warren, who had an awesome weekend with Daniel Jones and the Colts, another big win, sold for $104.50. This was just last week. And you could see October 3rd, there was a $125 auction, PSA 8. That was the time to buy. I mean, that card has gone up over double in value. Now, his largest transaction was a Panini Black NFL Shield, 1 of 1, that NFL logo, $4,600, best offer accepted. Ultimately sold for $2,000, but with no rookie auto and Panini Black being not a top 5 set in the hobby, $2,000 is super impressive. I mean, most of the guys you guys have seen, that card's going to probably go for around $500-600, but not for the Cam Skattebo. All right, next up, we're going to look at Jaxon Smith-Njigba with the Seattle Seahawks. Another big game for him. He's a first-round draft pick from 2023 out of Ohio State. He's currently sitting as the number 5 overall wide receiver in the NFL. Top 3 in target share, top 3 in target rate, number 2 in EPA amongst all wide receivers in the NFL. Look at this base contenders optic rookie ticket auto here, sold for $80 in a best offer accepted this morning. Ultimately sold for $70 here. Now, going back August 9th, you could have got that card for $47. So you can see it's been a nice 60 to 70% increase in that card. That was on a couple occasions that card was selling for between 40 and 50. And this one's actually looks like a silver here that closed for $50 August 21st. As we're recording this, there was another sale transacted here on a gold ink pen pals. Someone made an offer on it, was listed at $80. Looks like it sold ultimately for $75, right at $75. You had a $57 last Thursday on that card and a $60 on that Saturday, September 27th. Now let's take a peek here at his graded market on Slabhawk. This is pretty interesting market. We're also looking at PSA 9, so you can see some pretty decent increases in the values of the PSA 9s, like specifically the Silver Prism Rookie Auto, up from to a new trend of 119, up 31%. And we've seen an even bigger increase in his PSA 10 Silver Prism Rookie Auto, both on the base Silver Prism and the Disco. And look at those big increases on cards like the Kaboom and some of these other rare cards. Obsidian, Color Blast, up 17% there, guys. Downtown, PSA 10 up 21% for Jaxon Smith-Njigba. So the low point on that PSA 10 Silver Prism Rookie Auto was back in the middle of the summer, July 18th at $115. And most recently, we've had a $295 auction last Wednesday, $275 buy it now last Tuesday. And a seller that sold himself short, Berg H1020. Gotta subscribe to Football Card Quest. Stay dialed into the data here. All right, next up we've got Daniel Jones. We're gonna check back in on this Daniel Jones market. The Colts are now 5-1. Another decisive victory here at home, beating the Cardinals with a backup Jacoby Brissett. Daniel Jones with a 101 QB rating. He did make one interception, but it overall, you look at this, it was a great game. Another really good game for Jonathan Taylor. Over 100 yards and a touchdown, 5.9 yards per carry. Look at the dominating sales from Daniel Jones in 2019 with 115 compared to Josh Jacobs at 21 or Kyler Murray at 36 or DK Metcalf at 28. Daniel Jones, we've now got up to number 17 on our hype index rank. If you look at the overall sales trend, let's pull in Daniel Jones here for 2019. Because you have some nice scarcity prior to 2020 in the market, this is a great way to just look at the overall market quickly, get a great sense of where their cards have gone. So it looks like that base prism is still kind of sitting around $30. You can see it's definitely gone up from before the season where it was like at $12 to now around 30. It had a more significant rise there, but then he had that one game where he lost and they had the 2 interceptions, and it was just a difficult game with mistakes from not just Daniel Jones. There were mistakes from the offensive line and the wide receivers, and it was just one of those things. So you look at this, it has cooled off since then, but I expect this card to go back up. It's obviously still holding that initial increase. Something more premium like the Silver Prism, that card has did have a little dip, as you can see. I mean, this is pretty wild how the week-to-week, fluctuations can really affect a card, because it was up to 255, 300, and then it dipped. And you had to buy it now 175. Someone must have listed it or sold it and best offer accepted, which is interesting. 304. But looking at where that card came from, if that person had bought in the summer for $62 and then sold for $175, they're doing pretty good, right? So they didn't necessarily need to hold out for the 300 plus. But now we are eclipsing the previous high, now at $325, which is insane, guys. Going from $62 back in the summer to $325. I mean, if you guys have held Daniel Jones from the summer or before, I mean, you're absolutely licking your chops right now. 45% increase on his Silver Prism Rookie Auto. His biggest sale was a PSA 10 Color Blast here that sold for $1,475 in a buy it now Saturday. And look at this. You go back to March. You go back to a couple of transactions in March, actually, or last year. I mean, there was an auction last October 20th for $336. There was a couple buy it nows March for $400 and $500. And so Saturday, October 11th to now get $800. This doesn't show the best offer accepted here, but it looks like the best offer was accepted. So, but anyhow, anywhere between $800 and $1,400. I mean, that's double what you were buying for, potentially more. So yeah, just incredible how much Daniel Jones' market has gone up from his performance with the Colts this year. Now at 5-1. Jonathan Taylor sitting at number 1 overall in rushing yards, number 1 in touchdowns in the NFL. He's number 2 in red zone touches, so he's got this top 3 opportunity share as well. And he's number 1 in evaded tackles with 40. He is just absolutely dominating. And a lot of their game scripts are positive game script situations, so this is benefiting him as well. Cannot believe there was actually an auction yesterday that closed at $51 on that playoff ticket. But I do see that playoff ticket has issues from base contenders. It also, it's just not as nice when it doesn't say rookie ticket right there. So, I mean, you look at his rookie ticket auto market. I mean, like, there's a PSA 10 sale yesterday from $250. Let's see if we can find a base one here. Yeah, here's an auction last week at $81. Here's even one with the plain patch that ended for 62. I want to see what his graded market has done. Optic Hollow PSA 10 up 34%. Prism Silver base photo variation here up 33%. So on this card only has a population of 101. You can just kind of see it's bounced around a lot as Jonathan Taylor. And at the running back position, there is week-to-week volatility. But going back to 2024, you can see where that kind of was down at a low of 90 or so, and then up to 125. Most recently, yeah, we're up to about 130. September 13th, could have had that card in auction for 56. So definitely it was a potential, even on the running back, to make a double up on some of those cards. Now let's look at the Optic Hollow. Yeah, back in the summer, you got some $30 stuff on that Optic Hollow PSA 10, 38 buy it now. And now we are up to 65, 70. Nice, 65 and 70 in auction right now. So nice premium card, good color match. His top transaction, a JT Michael Pittman dual auto PSA 10 National Treasures dual auto here out of 25. Really cool card. Was best offer accepted from 600. Or just his Silver Prism rookie auto PSA 10 for close to 400 bucks. Let's go back to Slab Hawk and look at that card, guys. Yeah, I mean, back in May, it was 163 bucks in auction May 1st if you were sniping. And now, like Thursday, September 25th, you had a $290 buy it now. And most recently, you had a $390 buy it now. Whoa, my, what an increase for Jonathan Taylor. All right, rounding out number 9 here has got to be Lad McConkey with the LA Chargers, with Quentin Johnson out in a must-win situation for the Chargers in Miami, winning 29-27, now going 4-2. Justin Herbert here with a 112.2 quarterback rating, 2 touchdowns, no turnovers. That's important. Lad McConkey getting a lot of the work here, going 7 for 100 and a touchdown with a long of 42. I want to see if his market is bouncing back. There was a big dip on here for him. Panini 1 out of 99, rookie patch auto. Let's see what this sold for. It was listed at 120. Sold for 100. So you can see there was an auction that ended yesterday on that card for 76. And look at the auction that ended Thursday on that card for 61. And that's where you'll see the biggest increases on these skill position guys, these serial numbered rookie autos, jumping from that 50 to 60 range on a premium, nice rookie patch auto like that to over 100. And of course, it scales down or up based on the scarcity of the card. Let's look at his Silver Prism rookie auto. Sold yesterday. This is PSA 9. It was listed at 118. Best offer accepted. As you can see, his graded market is down over the past 6 months, as he's had a very slow start to the season here. But this is what I wanted to look at. You see how that PSA 9, September 21st, October 4th, for 47, 57 bucks. I mean, there was a significant decrease. Before the season, that card was around $100, like around where it sold in this transaction yesterday. But it took a big dip, so you have to recalibrate to what price you should buy it at. So buying it at 100 to 118 was not a good buy because the time to buy that card was a few weeks ago when it was at 47.57. It's now bounced right back up, and that's exactly what I thought would happen with McConkey here. Number 10, I'm looking at a 3-way tie here, guys, between Aaron Rodgers, Jordan Love, and Patrick Mahomes, who just lit up the Detroit Lions last night. Aaron Rodgers, the Steelers are now 5-1, playing some really good football. DK Metcalf, an excellent weapon here for Aaron Rodgers. And, man, they're playing pretty good, especially when they give him protection. This time knocking off the Cleveland Browns, who have a very strong defense. Lions have a strong defense. The Packers also bounced back from their bye week, getting the rookie Matthew Golden more involved. I'm interested to see Josh Jacobs' values today. I'm sure he's had a bump after another huge performance yesterday. Packers 3-1-1. Right, so you got the Packers 3-1-1, the Chiefs at 3-3, Mahomes playing absolutely lights out, then the Steelers at 4-1. So of course, I think pound for pound, Mahomes is going to have the highest dollar value on their cards. But I'm interested to see what Rodgers is doing just in total sales. Rodgers is hanging in there in the top 3 with that Topps 50th anniversary base Topps 2005 PSA 10 around 150. That's about what Jordan Love's Optic Hollow PSA 10 is selling for comparison. It's pretty interesting to look at a older card compared to a modern card there. But yeah, Mahomes kind of dug himself out of that hole. He's holding strong on his values to what they were before the season. Those are kind of what his values have settled out at. You have some cards that have gone up. I mean, that one's gone up a few $100 there. The red-yellow Optic PSA 10. So get a PSA 9 here. They had an auto card for Mahomes that shot up, and that those event-signed autos sometimes cause a data anomaly because a card is still a card, and typically it wouldn't have an auto. So it's interesting. Yeah, you have, I guess, when you look at the trend up, some of these are on Jordan Love. So maybe he belongs in this spot. Some of his cards just went from really cheap to pretty respectable values here. Like the no huddle prism variation, the negative, the black and white negative here, PSA 9. It's a nice increase there, nice jump in that. Or like the blue scope PSA 9 up 29%. All right, guys, now this is your chance to let me know in the comments who I missed in this video. I would definitely probably honorable mention on Kyren Williams and Rico Dowdle, who had a monster revenge game against the Dallas Cowboys. So yeah, we'll definitely look at their values on Wednesday with Carter. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll see you in that next one. Peace.